How's it going? David in Comic Book Investments. So in this video, we're going to look at 5 keys massively dropping in price. I mean, quite a bit. There's one 81%. Yes, that is a lot. That is a big drop. Going from 500 all the way down to under $100 and less than a year, like probably like 9 months or so. Man, big drops on here. Before I get into it, if you like this kind of stuff, hit the like button and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. All right, let's get into it. All right, first we got the biggest drop of them all today. Blackstone or Bloodstone number one, 9.4 is down 81% from $500 to $93. Wow. A 9.6 is down 61% from $530 to $205. And a 9.8 is down 40% from $1027 to $621. So yeah, big drops. So this is the first appearance of Elsa Bloodstone, and if you haven't seen The Werewolf by Night, it's kind of like, I guess, it's not really a full-length movie. It's a special presentation, whatever that means. It's like a one-shot. It's about an hour long. On Disney Plus, came out, I don't know, a week ago or so. If you haven't seen that, she's in there. And it's actually pretty good. I just watched it last night. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty, just all-around good little short little thing. But she's in there. Now, this has been dropping for about a year now. I saw a little bit from the comic boom, but most of it came because of this show that was coming out. But it's like a one-shot thing. I don't know if they're ever going to use any of the characters from it at all. I don't know. I like Man-Thing. Hopefully they use Man-Thing going forward. But anyways, or Ted. But anyways, what do I think of this book? I mean, at 81%, that's quite a big drop. I still think it's going to be dropping for a while. So if you have this book and you don't really care to have it, I would suggest selling it now because it's just going to keep falling and falling for a while. It'll eventually even out, and then you can buy it up again if you really want it. But that was my 2 cents. Is I would suggest selling it now. It looks like the 9.4 has dropped a ton, and I still think it'll drop a little bit more. The 9.6, I've seen a little bit of, it's kind of gone up. I've seen some spikes up, but overall, I think it's a good time to sell. All right, next, we got Iron Man number one. A 4.0 is down 35% from 700 to 456. A 7.0 is down 42% from 1648 last year peak to now selling for 960. And an 8.0 is down 47% from 2,800 last year, now selling for 1,475. This actually was a subscriber commented and was like, hey, you should do Iron Man 1. And so whenever someone suggests something, if I see it, I usually make a note of it, put it on the list. So next time I come back around, I will, give my 2 cents on it. Now, this person actually said, hey, this comic is going up a lot. You should put it on your going up videos, your heating up videos. I looked at it. Nope, it's actually going down. So it moved over to here, it's going down. If it's like flatlined or there's no real up or down, then I just don't put it on at all. It needs to be concrete evidence of what's going on with this book. Now, if you look at it like compared to most books, you'll see like 60%, 70, 80% drops. This is, 35, 40%. So it's not that much. Dropping from 30 to 40% from its all-time peak is not too bad, considering what's going on with every other comic book for the most part. So that tells me this is a good key to get, regardless. If you were the person that bought it for $2,800 for an 8.0 back in 2021, I think you're fine. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Eventually, this will go back up. I was saying like, I don't know, like 5-10 years, you'll be hitting those numbers again. So I wouldn't worry about this. This is a good book regardless. Next, we got Moon Knight number one. A 9.4 is down 72% from $330 to now selling for $93. A 9.6 is down 75% from $450 to $112. A 9.8 is down 72% from $1350 to $376. This is massively dropped. Massively. There's a bunch of reasons why. The Moon Knight show has come and gone, even though Oscar Isaac said he's going to do more Moon Knight stuff. I don't know if that's a TV show or him just appearing in MCU stuff kind of thing. But yeah, dropping, quite a bit from $1,000 pretty much from its peak last year for a 9.8. But this is not the highest tier comic book for Moon Knight. Obviously, you want Werewolf by Night 32, even like 33. This is probably in like the third tier range for a Moon Knight comic book. And another thing is there's a lot of these. Like I remember when, like a year before the show came out, someone put like a distribution box of like, I don't know how many it was, like 100 of them up and like unopened type of thing. There's just so many. It's the same as like Savage She-Hulk #1. There's just so many in high grade. I remember getting a collection and I got a ton of Moon Knight #1s. This was many years ago. Ton of She-Hulk #1s, Eternals, all the Eternals, and all that stuff. And it just, there's just it's all about supply and demand. And if you literally just go on eBay, you will see hundreds of Moon Knight #1s from 1980 just all over the place. It's just, there's not enough demand for it. Like, yes, the show did help create more demand. More people fell in love with the character, want to collect the character. That's how that works. But there's just so much supply that there's just not enough demand. Now, will that demand come back? Well, yeah. As you know, Moon Knight is now a little more popular than he was maybe 5-10 years ago. And so if this trend continues, then this book will go up. But for right now, it's going down. All right, next we got Incredible Hulk 449, first appearance of the Thunderbolts. A 9.4 is down 65% from 340 to 118. A 9.6 is down 69% from 530 to 161. And a 9.8 is down 51% from 1150 to 560. So even with the announcement of the Thunderbolts movie, I think is going to be coming out, it didn't really help this book that much. Got a little blip, but it just continues to drop again, which is kind of interesting because Thunderbolts had a long run, and I still think it's ongoing. I think it started in 97, I want to say, the first Thunderbolts comic. And it's probably in the high hundreds, if not the 200s issue now. So it has that going for it. But I think what it was is this has been hyped for so long that, I mean, it just can't sustain itself pretty much. I think you will see an increase when it gets closer because right now we're so far away from any sort of news announcements of like, it was just like, oh, Thunderbolt's coming out. Okay. There's no like pictures, trailers, nothing like that. So we're so far away. We'll see a spike again when that happens. And, you know, people are always wondering, it's like, why is it so tied to movies and TV and blah, blah, all that stuff. It's because someone sees it and goes, that's cool. Like, think about this. Ask yourself, of all the comics that you collect, and you probably have a favorite character somewhere. Maybe it's Spider-Man, maybe it's Superman, maybe it's Batman, whatever it is. You have a reason why that's your favorite character. Now, do you know why that's your favorite character? Mine is the Hulk. I honestly couldn't tell you why. I was a kid when I started liking Hulk, and I just always did. I think I just liked the fact that he's big and strong and could beat everyone up type of thing. So I have an attachment for the Hulk. You know, maybe some kid right now or teenager doesn't really know too much about comics and watches the Moon Knight on or Thunderbolts or whatever it is, Iron Man, and goes, wow, I love this character or characters or group or whatever it is. And then they, you know, get a little older or something like that or have a little money. What do you think they're going to get? They're going to get their first appearance or some key book that they can afford. So that's how the stuff works. So when you see it on the big screen or on a TV show, I mean, what is a TV show? It brings in like 1.2 million viewers. That's 2 million people that saw it. That probably most of them don't even know much about the comics to begin with. And then in the movies, you're probably showing it to like, I don't know, 100 million people are watching it worldwide. So then all of a sudden, if a couple of those people are like, oh, I really like this character, I want to get their first appearance or whatever it is in a comic book, I'm going to start collecting comics or something like that. That's why these books go up. Supply and demand. Last on the list, Marvel feature #1. A 7.5 is down 56% from 455 to 198. A 9.0 is down 45% from 999 to 550. And a 9.2 is down 45% from 1150 to 621. This is the first appearance to the Defenders. You know, I think you have enough for all the Defenders. Yeah, technically. Didn't Silver Surfer join the Defenders like later on? Can't really remember. I thought he did. But anyways, so you got the Defenders, first appearance of the Defenders. I believe this was a Neil Adams cover. I mean, it's not down too much Like 45, 56%, that's bad, but 45% from a peak. But you have to understand, like, when you get these peaks, it's probably someone doing a buy now, which is really expensive. Then you can have an auction one, and it goes pretty low. So that's usually like a 30% difference you can have. So up to a 30% difference. So at 45, that's to me is not that bad. Like, oh, it looks bad on the graph, but literally tomorrow someone could buy one as a buy it now and kind of boost those numbers a little bit. Overall, I think it's kind of going down. It's going like this a little down. But I wouldn't worry too much about this book overall. It's a cool cover. A lot of people like the cover. First appearance of Defenders. It's I think 1971. I'm literally pulling it off the top of my head. I'm not even sure if that's right. Maybe 72, 71, somewhere in there. And it's a bigger bound book. Those tend to be a little harder to get in high grade. So I wouldn't worry too much. If you're the person that bought it for $11.50 back in 2021, 5 years, you'll get your money back. All right, that'll be it. Have a great day.